Tu es la vague, tu es la mer.
Hey everyone, so we're making chicken jalfrezi today. Super cool Indian dish. It turned out way better than I anticipated, and it's really perfect for this weather right now. It's sort of transitioning between, what's supposed to be winter in Florida to our springtime. So there's some weird, just crazy amounts of rain or just a bunch of clouds, and it's usually pretty gray. And with that said, using these bright ingredients, it's sure to make your day at least a little bit better because it's just super fragrant. Curry powder is just phenomenal. Turmeric stains everything, but it's give and take in life, I guess. We are using cilantro as well. I know that's sort of like a point of contention with a lot of people in cooking, and the reality is that I don't know who you have to see, who has to convince you. If you need a therapist, find help. And anyway, it was amazing, and you're gonna love it. Just go ahead and make it, but we'll watch me do it first. These include 1 chicken breast, tomato, red bell pepper, green bell pepper, a green chili, onion, ginger, cilantro, chili powder, and the star of the show, curry powder, tomato paste, garlic, and some water. To cut our onions a little more coarsely than before. Well, at least today we are, because we're going to be working on a pretty high heat, and we want to retain some of the texture in that. We want to crunch from the onions, so we don't want to cut them too small. As for the garlic, we don't really need to worry about getting them perfect, and we're not even going to dice them this time. We're just going to slice them. And this garlic clove decides to go out on his own. What are you doing? Anyway, getting back to business here. That's fine, whatever. And my favorite part, peeling the stickers off of produce. We can cut around the seeds, just making this sort of curved cut with our knife. I'm just gonna coarsely julienne these. Of course, we don't, like before, we want to keep everything pretty similar in size, so we're not gonna go too skinny on those julienne. Repeating the same with the green. And for the ginger, we're going to go with about an inch long piece here. Using the back of a spoon is really easy to take the skin off of the ginger. You don't have to worry about a knife or anything like that. Setting this up for a julienne, we're going to cut it lengthwise, stack them. And then we can turn that 90 degrees after we've julienned it, and we've got ourselves a nice little dice. And sort of in an attempt to preserve my knife's edge, I'm going to use this palette knife to scrape the ginger off the cutting board. And display a coarse chop of this chili with my super dull knife, demonstrated by that snapping on the cutting board. And to take the top out of this tomato, there's several different ways. I like to do it this way, just sort of bunching up the top there and rotating the tomato while making a small up and down motion. Slicing in half again. And don't try and do this the other way like before. Set it down on the flat side, just cut it at an angle. Making sure to reserve the other half of the tomato for snacking. Just gonna put that over there. We've got our pan on medium-high heat, and using a high heat oil such as this safflower oil. I probably should have put more in the pan than I did here, but we want about 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna go in with our onions, and this is a very active process. Going back and forth with the pan, sort of breaking up our onions, picking up any stragglers as usual. Mandatory tossage. Go in with our aromatics, i.e. ginger and garlic. Make sure to keep this moving because garlic burns very easily, and we do have this on a pretty high heat. As you can see, as stated previously, I did need more oil. Go in with our tomato paste. Once those are nice and sweated, we're just gonna do this for about 30 seconds until it becomes aromatic like the others, just to cook some of the acidity out of the tomato paste. Then go in with our bell peppers. Try and get everything a small amount of red color to them, just to fully incorporate that tomato paste. Now we're going to go in with our spices, and we do this to sort of bloom the spices. We're going to coat our vegetables in those spices, and then just take a moment to appreciate the trajectory of this onion, which makes no sense. Like, what? Look at that. We're going to put in our diced chicken now and get that nicely coated with all of our spices. So keep stirring because you want to prevent the spices from burning on the bottom of the pan, as I just showed you. Add in your tomatoes and your chilies. Then we're going to deglaze our pan with some of that water. There's about 100 milliliters or so. Now we're making sure to scrape up all of the brown bits on the bottom of the pan, which is our fond, and is making our curry sauce. Adding our cilantro to finish, stirring that in to heat through, and then we're basically done. Chicken Jalfrezi, I've never had it before, honestly, but it turned out really well. And here's those over caramelized onions that I was talking about. But I mean, who hates caramelized onions, really? I mean, it just added. Making sure to get every last bit of curry sauce out of that pan. Pretty glorious if you ask me. I'm gonna have to go and eat this now because it just smells too good. Chicken Jalfrezi, my first time, but surely not the last time. If you're enjoying the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love if you shared it with literally everyone you know, so I can feel more inclined to keep dancing for you guys. And cooking, of course. Obviously, that's the main objective here. Anyway, see you next time.